Welcome to the channel, everybody. My name is Ryan, and this is the Unreal World. And we are back today here on the world map, searching for treasure. That's right. So in the last episode, we actually discovered that the ground is now thawed out enough that we can use our shovel to dig holes, which is very important because the treasure we are seeking is buried. And we were able to find one batch of treasure, which was pretty incredible. If you missed it, go back to that last episode. There's a link to the playlist down in the description. But we got so much good stuff, so many furs of like superior quality. We got a bunch of masterwork clothing, which I put a couple of pieces on. But we're now on the hunt for the second set of treasures. So we were instructed via the quest here. I've got a new quest active. We're going to address that in a moment, but this is the one here. Yeah. So there's treasure on a small spruce island in western Remy at a region called Carcass Mire. And we left off in yesterday's episode while I was trying to search for the Carcass Mire. I hadn't found the proper region yet. Well, check it out. So we're standing in the Piasaws Forest region. If I take one step to the south, there it is, the Carcass Mire. So we have located it now. And as you can see, the instruction said it's on an island. And there's a couple of islands in this region which I've been looking through. Like I've tried to find, I was hoping to find the treasure and start the episode ready to dig it up, but no such luck yet. And I accidentally ran into this guy right here. He asked me to bring him to one of the settled villages. So he's a quest, basically just asking us to take him north. There's a couple little villages up north here. So I think it's actually probably a good time to leave the region just temporarily. Trust me, we're coming back for that treasure. But I'm also low on food now. I got like less than 2 pounds of food here. So we're going to drop this guy off at a village. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so I can see my surrounding area, and we're kind of on the way to the cabin anyway as we're moving through this region. The only thing I'm really worried about is that the ice, any day now, it's going to get too thin for us to travel over on the world map, so that's going to make it so much more difficult to try and get to these islands and stuff. But I prepared for that too, and I brought a boat. So like I said, let's drop this guy off at the village here, head home for a quick snack, and then we're back at the treasure hunt. Okay, well, we have reached a village here in the Remy territory, and we shall zoom in just real quick, say goodbye to our companion. It was a short road, short time that we knew you, sir, but I'm glad you're gone from my side here, so we can go about our treasure hunting in peace. So we just need to greet him, and he says he'll reward us. What do you give us? Perform to... Oh, no way! Nice. This was the best quest so far, other than the treasure quest. So he just gave me a new ritual, which I've really been hoping to acquire some more of. And this one is called the Incantation to Greet Earth Dwellers and Underground Creatures upon sleeping on the ground at unfamiliar terrain, performed to assure a good night's sleep. So this is actually quite nice. It's just another active ritual. So I've covered this before, but I'll restate it here. Basically, when you're looking at your ritual page or your spells and magic means page, you've got your green ones, which are active rituals, something you'll need to either have an item for, or you'll say words like an incantation. And you have the yellow ones, which are more just informational. So these will tell you how to perform the bear skull rite, you know. And this one tells you what kind of mittens to wear if you're going to go for effective hunting. But the green one, this one down at the very bottom, greeting the earth before going to sleep. It's basically a prayer before bedtime. And depending on your randomness of your start, because these do kind of randomize, everybody will get the general sacrifice, but you do actually sometimes start the game with this knowledge of the prayer of bedtime or going to sleep. We didn't, but now we have it, so that's pretty amazing. I'm really glad we took that guy. That's why questing is so valuable. And of course, remember, all these treasures we're getting are the rewards from quests that we've completed. All right, well, we have arrived back at our cabin. Like I said, I mentioned we're getting low on food, so I needed to grab, a couple dozen pounds of meat here. You might have also noticed that I brought this bag of sorrel beverage with me. So the sorrel is just an herb that you can collect here in the world, and we were boiling some of it up when I got sick. I brought that with me just in case we got sick again, and I didn't, because now it's not really this time of year. There are no medicinal herbs growing, so it's good to have a little bit of backup. But that's why I brought that, just because influenza has been quite a factor in this playthrough, which is very rare. Typically, I don't encounter much influenza, but anyway, let's go ahead and grab some of the wild sow. You know what? No, I'm going to grab the smoked bear cuts. And I'm also going to grab this bag of smoked meat soup. Might as well take that. No, but the smoked meat is definitely older than the dried stuff. Oh, look. No, two of my elk fats spoiled. I'm going to pick these up then. I was hoping that they would pretty much stay good. I don't know why I assumed that they would stay good forever. I knew that they wouldn't, but what I'm going to do is I'll go ahead and dry these out. It's not ideal, but there's a bunch of meat here too. I've got to pick all this up and sort it out. Now, I was trying to save the fat because we got some recipes which call for fat, but and by drying it out, it reduces the weight of it significantly. So I've got 4.2 pounds that still hasn't spoiled. When in like 24 days, once this is fully dried out, it'll probably be less than a pound. All of this fat right here. And certainly this forest reindeer fat is not going to weigh anywhere near a full pound once we're done with it. But, which means, it's just I'm going to need tons more of it to actually fulfill the recipes to, quantity. But it's better if we have a little bit than none at all. So we'll go ahead and dry this out. Let's do all of it. A little bit of cordage. There we go. And this way, yeah, the fat can dry out, at least in this game. I don't know if that's true in real life. But so there's also, I can tell just by looking at all these stacks of meat here that they're done. And they're ready to be sorted out. But honestly, I don't care about that. I'm not worried. No, I should. Yeah, let me go ahead and move everything into the cellar just so, because if it's laying out, I mean, it's been preserved, but it's still better in the cellar than laying out in the elements. All right, well, this is just part of the meat that I'm dropping off here. We've got a full cellar. Right here, look at this. I've got over 1,700 dried elk cuts in this one stack alone. That's 172 pounds of jerky. Man, oh man, that's insanity. Plus, I've got other huge stacks as well. So I should probably hold off on hunting for a little while. Like right now, at least we're doing something other than hunting. But, oh, look at that. Speaking of hunting, we've just got ourselves a fresh elk kill. Isn't that wonderful? Oh my gosh. Well, we should probably go around the fence and just check to see if there's any other elks. And all right, it looks like I'm going to have to tie the dogs up and deal with this elk. I can't just leave it in the traps. That would be irresponsible. Okay, well, after checking the rest of the traps and finding no other animals, I came back to the elk, and I'm looking at it right now. I can see that it's actually got a fracture in its right knee. That's most likely from falling into the trap pit. It's crippled. It's a small elk. I was actually seriously considering just letting this elk go. We can do that, of course, by disarming the trap. If I were to go in here and select the disassemble a trap construction, the animal would pretty much just go free. But I think since it's crippled, I might as well just go ahead and dispatch it, Like I said, I think we will legitimately try and hold off on some of our huntings until we go through some of that meat. Now remember, too, I can also go trade that meat away for other stuff if we need it, if it's going to, potentially go bad. But still, I feel like I can't resist the urge to just get an easy kill like this. Man, she's doing terrible. I'm going to go ahead and step away from the animal and just rest for a couple minutes. We should probably go to bed too. Oh, you know what? Yeah, let's go say our prayer before going to sleep. Wait, what is she carrying? That's so heavy. Oh, I've got the punt on me. That's right. We got our 30-pound boat with us. That's okay. But let's do our little ritual here. The elk will be safe and sound in that trap unless it's going to starve to death, which it will at some point, but I don't know how long it's been there. We will greet the earth. Greetings, earth, and the dwellers underground. Allow me to lay here in good health. All right, good morning, everybody. We slept the whole night through, no interruptions, nothing bad happened, so I think our little prayer was effective. And now it's time to go back to work here. So I'm going to go blunt for the head, I think. Let's put this thing out of its misery. Okay, the elk is now dead, and I'm going to push it out of the hole, and then I'm going to step back and I'm going to reset this trap here. I just don't want to forget, basically. So now we can stand right here, and I'm going to look away from the animals. Again, as I mentioned before, if you have your animals in your view when you're trying to accomplish like a long task that takes several hours, at least for me, it slows down my game. The game processes a lot slower while the animals are moving and stuff. So keep them out of your sight. We'll have her back turned. I am going to go ahead and eat real quick, have a nice little meal, and we're going to rest. Dispatching that elk took it out of her. So in order to obtain the best quality fur, we want to have the least penalty, which means, I should probably drop that boat. Let's drop the boat. That's it. And we'll go ahead and try like this. I could drop several other things, but I'm hoping to get a superior skin, and we did it. We managed to get a superior skin off this girl. Now, there's no guarantee it will stay superior. In fact, there have been a couple of times when I actually did get another superior skin, but every single time so far, where is it? What? Oh, I'm on the wrong screen. Go to drop something. Let's see here. There it is, Superior Elk Skin. Every other time I've acquired one of these, it's lost some of its quality during the tanning process. And that's, simply because she's not, well, she wasn't the most experienced hide worker, although she's become an expert at it. You can see we've definitely increased her knowledge of hide working since starting our playthrough. So let me go ahead and, oh, that's what I want to do. I was going to apply my ski stick. Yep. It's getting warmer, but we're still able to ski. So anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing butchered and finished off. All right, well, we are over here by the lake right now. I've got that skin cleaned, and I'm going to go ahead and cure it for preservation. So this is just a quick way of not having to worry about the skin anymore, at least until I have more time on my hands. But I really want to get back out there and search for that treasure. As I said before, this is the perfect time of year for it, where the ice is still strong enough to support our weight, but the ground is thawed out that we can dig up the treasure once we locate it. So that thing is preserved. It'll be ready. Well, it's pretty much ready now, except I can't move it around. If I try to pick it up, it'll say it'll be ready after 11 days. But once it's cured, like these two, I can just leave them. There's no problem with them. They'll just sit there forever and never go bad. So let's go ahead and, now that I can't, unfortunately, say that about the meat. So I've got to grab this big old pile of meat here and get this dried. Whoa, this is kind of wild right here. So I'm standing on the top. I can't move because I'm exhausted. I'm carrying around a bunch of cordage, but I'm standing on a pile here of meat. I finished almost all of it except for about 10 pounds. So I've got 10 cuts left out of 160 is what we got off that animal total. But when I go to do this last 10, when I go to dry, I should say, be more specific, this last 10 cuts, it says I can't do it. So literally, it just got too warm, even though it doesn't even show that it's that warm. So I guess it is dependent on time of year and not actually the temperature necessarily. You know what I'm saying? That's interesting. But now we're officially in springtime, and it's too hot and warm, or I'm sorry, warm and humid, even though there's snow on the ground still. But you know what that means? I've got to start smoking our meat. And honestly, that's another great reason not to worry about doing much hunting anymore, other than the fact that I've got an obscene amount of food. But because smoking's a bit annoying. You have to come back to the campsite or your cabin, and relight the fire and get it smoky again. Otherwise, the meat will spoil. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to do something very rare. I'm going to pick up these extra bones too. And I'm actually going to feed the dogs. I'm going to take my skis off so I can climb the fence. And I'm not even cooking it, just straight up raw meat for the dogs. Yeah, they've been out of bones now for a while. So I'll drop those in here. We can order these guys to eat. There you go. They're going to be happy. Okay, well, we have left the cabin, and we are once again here at the Carcass Mire in the Remy territory. I marked it with a blue X so it would stand out a little bit more from all the other red X's. But I don't know the exact location. Just to familiarize ourselves with the description one more time, a small spruce mire island. And, of course, here in the Carcass Mire. So A small Mire Island. And there's several that I've checked. So if we look, I'm also nervous about going out onto the ice. I still can. As you can see, I can still travel, but I'm worried. If I rest or anything, I make sure to move off the ice because if we were to rest, it's possible that it could become too thin while we're resting. And so you're stuck, essentially. And all you can do in that situation is zoom in to the local terrain map and literally like lay down. What? Oh, weird. Okay, there was a little map maintenance there. I've never had that happen, but that's interesting. But anyway, so if you find yourself stuck on the thin ice, all you can do is go in, lay your character down so they're prone, and then hopefully you can move and crawl over the ice without it breaking. But I mean, there's no guarantee, that kind of thing, you won't just fall in and die, essentially. Because it's once you've fallen in the ice, it's very hard to get yourself out, and you've only got like a few moves before your person freezes to death, essentially. So let's avoid that gruesome fate and only choose islands which are very highly potential. Oh, now see, notice we've actually left the proper region here. So let me move to these islands. That's the Horse Rapid. I'm still gonna check it, but I feel like it's probably a waste of time. Yeah, let's not bother with this one. But I think we must be right on the cusp. Okay, this one is in the Carcass Mire, so it could be this one. It is a Spruce Mire Island, a small Spruce Mire Island too. And of course, we're looking for 3 adjacent boulders that form. Oh, look, there it is. Oh, it's right there in front of us. Oh, so this is actually what happened on the first treasure. When I found the proper island, the spot where I zoomed in at was literally like right on top of it. I could see it. I didn't have to go searching around the whole island. It's right here. Can you see it? Oh, it's snowing. There's actually some bushes right here. What is this? Oh, blueberry. And we've got it. All right, let's do it. Let's dig it up, baby. Oh, hold on. There we go. Oh, okay, yeah, it's going to take a little time, so I'm make sure she gets some rest here. Okay, I think this will be the last time she has to do digging. It took her 3 times, but yeah, it's a deep hole, I guess. You find some buried items in there. What might these be? Now, the last one we found was huge. I have no idea if this one's going to be on par with that one, or if, it's dependent on the quest itself. I don't know, but let's just see. Masterwork Woodsman's Axe. That's huge because I don't have one of those yet. Masterwork Leather Boots. Actually, I think that is an upgrade because I'm pretty sure I'm wearing shoes. Masterwork Leather shoes, not boots. Here's the big one, though. 2 superior winter badger furs, 2 superior lynx furs, and 3 superior winter elk furs. This is a good haul. I think the last haul was better though, because we had a bunch of good furs. I had like 3 superior bear furs in that last one, and of course the bag of rye flour. I've got so much rye that she's gonna be sick of rye bread. I'll tell you that much. But anyway, let's now we're keeping our punt. I'm gonna drop some of this so I can push it onto the dogs. Obviously, it's a bit too much for her to carry, so our trusty canine companions can help us with our treasure. Oh my gosh. Now that we've, is there anything left? Oh, okay. That's it. We've got it all. It's all been packed up on the dogs. I want to make sure I'm not leaving anything behind. All right, which dog did I put it on? Not that one. That one's carrying the bag of rye flour. Very good. I'm not going to leave here unless, okay, that one's got the 3 superior furs. Perfect. We are good to go. We have recovered the treasure. It's time to get it back to our cabin. All right, we are back at the cabin, folks. I've got all the treasure here at our feet. We can just gaze at it one more time. Wait, I feel like I'm missing something. Did I not? I don't know, but that's what I've got. So let's take our shoes off. Wait, what is that? The Fine Northern Bow? No, we're good. Let's see here. Where's my Masterwork leather shoes? Yep, I was right. So I don't know for a fact if boots are better than shoes or if one presents its own like benefits over the other. But I'm just going to assume that leather boots are better, and I'm going to wear them. Because in my mind, I mean, they weigh more, so that means they're probably thicker, right? But anyway, that's, like I say, a great haul. We're going to move our new superior furs onto our pile. Let's look at this pile, actually. Hold on. Look at that. 7 superior lynx furs. There's the 4 bear furs from the last treasure we got. Superior elk, badger, lynx, more elk. That's insane. We are so rich in furs right now. I mentioned too previously, I think I'm going to grab the bull again, load those furs up, because if we come across some more traders, I might just buy a whole bunch of stuff, like, I don't know, Masterwork swords and stuff. Because even though she kind of sucks at swordcraft, let's look at her. Actually, she really sucks at it. We can get better. That's the whole point of this game is like over time, the more you use your skills, the better you get and stuff. But, oh, we've still got to move the bag of rye flour too. So, well, guys, I think that'll do it for today's episode. I'm not sure what else we can do except continue to like look for more quests and stuff, and hopefully we'll get more treasure rewards. That would be amazing, and continue to expand our spells and magic means as well. I know for a fact that there's some quests we still haven't done. But then there is a question about whether or not my character, since she's female, can even do them. Like, can she do the Forest Maiden quest? I don't know, but I'm interested to find out. So we will continue the Spirit Quest Resurrected series, at least until we run out of things to do, or she, unfortunately, meets her demise, which I'm trying to avoid. But nonetheless, guys, I hope you'll continue to tune in. Hit that like button for me. Leave me some comments down below just to help with the algorithm. It really makes my day to hear from you guys too. And I will see you all on the next episode.